Hello again everybody, and a very warm welcome back to the channel. If you're new, welcome aboard. Hit subscribe down below. Make sure you click the like button as well, folks, if you enjoyed today's video. Today it's a little bit of a double whammy for you. We're going to be looking at the Cessna 172 and the Cirrus SR22. Not because that they're included inside Microsoft Flight Simulator, but because Boris, the chap who has been for quite a few years now creating fantastic soundscapes for the flybywire A32NX and some other aircraft as well, like the Flight FX Vision Jet, has now created some sound sets for both aircraft. You can download them, purchase them, they are payware for the Cessna 172 and the Cirrus SR22 in MSFS via Orbex, Contrail, Sim Market, all the usual places. And we're going to have a little look to see what those products have to offer today. Of course, as we know, Boris from Fly-by-Wire, the work that he's done for the A32NX has been quite incredible and a bit of a game changer with the level of immersion that offers. So I'm quite interested to see what he's managed to do with these two general aviation aircraft. First up, the Cessna 172. And to give us a bit of an idea of what he's done with the Cessna 172, there are new custom sounds for wind and aerodynamic drag. There's a different stall horn with different stages, several stages, which change intensity based on our angle of attack. So that's something we want to go and have a little look out for as well. The fuel pump is a custom sound. Buttons, knobs, switches are all tweaked too, and more. So we're going to have a good explore of this sound system. So working through our pre-flight, when we're ready for engine start, we can pop the fuel pumps on. So the pump's quite audible as we move that view around. You can hear the difference in the sound. And we are going to get the engine started. So without further ado, magnetos start. A little bit more throaty, a little bit more grumbly as well. So what we're going to do for now is a very quick sort of engine run up. We're going to take off, fly around Milford Sound very briefly, look at the angle of attack stall, horn intensity, and then we're going to come back as well before switching back into the SR22 to have a look at that version of the sound set pack from Boris. So we're going to increase the thrust, throttle, about 2000 RPM. So far, for what I've noticed, some sound improvements. Nothing that's kind of overwhelming, though. The engine sounds a lot more refined, a lot more accurate. Some of the click spots of the fuel pump, especially, actually, to be fair, the fuel pump sound is very good indeed. Okay. So. There we go. Engine T speeds look good, they're in green, speed's alive. 40 knots. And away. The sounds on the takeoff roll were very good indeed. You could hear the wheels actually gaining speed. which I thought was quite cool. Flaps up. And we're going to climb away over the lake, past the ship. Just going to gain a little bit of altitude before trying to trigger that stall warning. So up to a safe altitude. That speed's bleeding off. Stall warning's feeding in. You can just hear it tickling there. So let's go again. This time completely idle throttle so you can hear it a bit louder. Here it comes. So you can hear it gradually increase as the wind noise kind of washes away, but the aerodynamics around the wing also wash away. Really cool. So, landing. It's small little sounds within the entire package that increase the amount of immersion that the aeroplane gives you in the sim when you're flying it, and that's really nice. So full flap. We go for touchdown. Good old Microsoft Flight Simulator spawning the ground crew on the runway. Let's avoid them. It's to the wheels and now brakes. Very cool. There you go. Really subtle differences to sound in some instances, but buttons, switches, avionics fans, the stall horn with different intensities based on angle of attack, the fuel pump sounds as well, particularly nice. And all round a very nice little package which allows you to get some more enjoyment and some more immersion to the Cessna 172. Currently this particular product is on for around about £10 to £12 based upon the exchange rates and where you purchase it. So Orbex, for example, have it on for 18 Australian dollars 60 cents, which equates to about £11 in pounds sterling, or alternatively in US dollars about $12.51, 12 euros. Let's have a little look at the Cirrus SR22 sound pack then next. So the SR22, second sound pack from Boris Audio Works. This one requires Premium Deluxe Edition of Microsoft Flight Simulator because that is the version of MSFS which has the SR22 included within it. We've jumped from Milford Sound to Te Capo, still in New Zealand, with wonderful world update scenery, and we're going to have a look at what this sound pack for the Cirrus SR22 has to offer. So we have the same expectations as that from the Cessna 172 pack that we've just experienced. We're going to have a listen for fuel pumps, engine start sounds, and ground roll, all that sort of thing too. So, having been pulled out of the hangar now, we can have a little look at things like price. It's available the exact same location, Zorbex, Contrail, Sim Market and so on, at the same price as the Cessna 172 version. This particular package then for the SR22 has exterior and interior engine sounds, avionics and ventilation fans, levers, buttons, switches, flaps, ground roll sounds, wind and cabin air vent whistle sounds, and much more it says too. So we're going to experience some of those now. Into the cockpit, we are cold and dark, everything as you would expect with the Cirrus SR22, generally a very well laid out aircraft anyway. Let's have a listen to some of these sounds. You can hear the fans in the background. Fuel pump prime. Fuel pump boost. Let's get those engines started. Sounds very different. From the outside then, let's increase the throttle. Sounds incredible. And then from the inside as well, we could do that with the drops of the magnetos. Bar brake. Sound creaky noise. Releasing the spring. We'll taxi to the runway, take off for a little flight. Let's go. Listen to the ground roll. Speed's alive, T&P's good. We're away. How good does the wind noise sound here in this? Obviously a completely different design of aircraft. The wind noise we would expect therefore to be incredibly different, comparable to, for example, that of the Cessna 172 with its different design entirely. Bring the flaps up. we will head over the lake for a little test of the stall warning. So, we'll bring that to idle, and we'll see what stall warning we get in this. Speed's bleeding away. Wind noise is changing too, listen to that. Very immersive, this one. Any second now. There we are. Full stall. We could hear that wind whistling away and getting quieter and quieter as the airflow over the aeroplane slowed down as well. From the outside, really good. And down. Nice ground roll noise again. And what we'll do is we'll spin it around and have a little listen to the engine off sounds too. So, we've parked up, we've checked our magnetos, and all we need to do now is drop the mixture and shut the aircraft off, turn the magnetos off, and that is it. So let's have a listen to those sounds. There we are. And then turning off the avionics. And that's the SR22 AudioWorks sound pack from Boris. So both links to the Cessna 172 and the SR22 will be in the description down below if you want to get your hands on this to offer yourselves a little bit more immersion to your general aviation experience. Certainly if you love GA, then this is the sort of product that I would imagine if you're watching you might be interested in purchasing. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe before you head off. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Take care.